Welcome to a very special edition of our Wellness Wednesday Health Show. It is August and it is International Overdose Awareness Month. Every year in this country we have over 90,000 deaths due to overdose. And 70,000 of those deaths are directly linked to opioids. And here in Texas, we're not immune to the problem. Last year in 2020, we had over 4,000 deaths due to overdose. And so this is a problem that affects so many in our community, and our goal throughout this month is to bring awareness and educate people on not only the problem, but also the solution. What can be done if you have a loved one that is currently addicted and battling overdose problems, and how can we even avoid the problem? So today we have a very, very special guest. We have the mayor of Conroe, say it 3 times fast. Jody, I always say your last name wrong.
Czajkoski.
Now, I'm not going to try to repeat that, Mayor Jody. I used to think I had the most mispronounced name until we met, and then I realized that you probably have the most mispronounced name.
I got you beat by a couple letters.
I think so. But Mayor, thank you for being here today. You know, when it comes to overdose and addiction, throughout your years in the community, what impact have you seen it have in our community?
Man, it's tough. The drugs that were a problem when we were growing up are no longer as much of an issue, and a lot of the drugs these kids are dying of are coming through the pharmacy. So definitely a concern.
Yeah, the prescription. You know, I just did an interview last week with one of our patients. His name's Skip Ochoa, local law enforcement guy. His mother was in her 60s and was taking prescription opioids and overdosed while on a cruise. And he even said, looking back, that, you know, she would fall asleep at the dinner table, yeah. and they tried to talk to her, but she said, it's all prescription, it's okay, it's all prescription. Yeah. Well, you know, she took too many of those prescriptions and passed away. So it's a teenage problem, it's a grandma problem, and everything in between.
I've got a couple friends from my youth that are no longer with us because of overdose, so definitely a concern. My wife worked for the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office. She was actually the chief of the fraud division and then over major crime. So we used to pick up kids that we would try to help out through their and use it as our ministry. And it's just tough. You know, a lot of them get out of jail or get off their probation, and some go straight, and some just one bad night and they're back on it. So definitely a problem in our country.
From some of the things you've seen, where are some of the younger kids getting these prescriptions? Do you find that from talking to different ones that they're getting it for they had an injury, or are they getting it from mom and dad's cabinet?
I mean, I think both. I mean, I think some get it from mom and dad's cabinet, and I think some get it from mom and dad's cabinet and then sell it to their friend at wherever. Mm-hmm. So definitely a concern.
It is, and I know from talking to different people, that's a thing now at some of these teenage parties is, you know, they'll bring these different pills and they either sell them or put them in a bowl and just crazy things. And we were talking to someone else who was in law enforcement recently, and they said another problem is people are making pills in garages or in Mexico or other China, bringing them over here, and they're made to look like they're hydrocodone or a prescription, but they're actually full of fentanyl or other substances that cause a lot of harm and can actually kill an individual.
Yeah, it's, you have now some people that can't get the opiates, and then they're turning to different other harder drugs is what I'm hearing. But I've had when I was younger, I was a professional bull rider. I was a professional rodeo athlete, and I've had friends from those days that started off pain pills. I mean, they got hurt, so just like a lot of us, a hurt shoulder or hurt neck, and start popping pills to necessarily cure the pain, and then they get hooked, and it turns into a bad deal.
Yeah, and I'm sure no one ever has an injury and then says, well, I want to be an addict and ruin my life. But it happens. It just, without intending to do so, like I said, that's the number one cause we found is either back or joint pain. That's what the number one cause that starts this domino effect that leads to addiction and overdoses.
Sure.
Someone has an injury, they get a prescription, and they're just so busy that they're like, man, I know I should do something else, but I take the pill, I feel good. And I'm busy with work or sports or life. And before you know it, it's been a month, a year, 5 years, and now the chemistry in their brain has changed and they're addicted.
And more of the story is when you have pain, come to the chiropractor first and try to work it out that way naturally before you go to get cut on.
We work with multiple pain management docs, and I'll tell you, from our experience, it's split. Some pain management doctors want to work with a place like ours, that do non-surgical treatments and other ones don't. And so unfortunately the patient doesn't know.
Yeah.
They go to a doctor, they love the doctor is nice, but based on the mindset of that doctor, if it's pain management, they either say, hey, we'll give you the injection and the prescription, man, Mayor, that's all you need. You just take that and you'll be fine. Yeah. But I remember years back, I had a tooth problem and it felt like someone punched me in the jaw. Like, it was terrible, it was bad. And I was seeing one local dentist here, and he's a good patient and a good friend. And so I didn't want to bother him because it was Thanksgiving weekend. So I shoot him a text message first thing Monday morning. He's like, man, come during lunch, right? I know you're seeing patients. I went over there. He's like, man, Carl, it's bad. You're probably going to need like maybe a root canal, but either way, like you need something done. He wrote me a script. He said, this is going to last a week. That'll give you enough time to go to the endodontist and get into any work that needs to be done. But you got about a week, 2 weeks max, and then the pill's going to wear off. I take the pill, right? I come back to the office, start seeing patients. Man, I was like, it's a miracle. Pain was gone, right? But fortunately, he educated me enough to know that the pain didn't go away because the problem was healed. It was just a temporary cover-up, and I was able to get the proper dental work, and I didn't refill that prescription. So similarly, different pain management docs work with us. So they'll give a patient a prescription, say, here's a couple weeks worth. You need to go see a place like ours, what we do, or there's other places in the community as well. Do something to fix the problem. And then when the medication wears off, the pain won't be there anymore because you fixed the problem. So true. As mayor, what message would you have to those in our community that may be battling addiction, whether it's drug or alcohol, or maybe we'll start with if someone's watching this in their family, maybe they have a family member or loved one who's battling addiction right now. What message would you have to them?
I mean, there's multiple counseling networks that are out there, and a good place to start probably here in Conroe is Tri-County. And just realize, I mean, these drugs are powerful, and we think we have it under control at all times, but every once in a while we something takes control of us. So reach out, and definitely I think part of the problem is people, they're embarrassed, or they don't want to say, hey, my son's addicted to drugs. But I've seen people lose their lives, so you better catch them while they're young, or you won't get to spend time with them as they get older.
Yeah, that's a good message. Thank you for sharing that. And that's something similar that the gentleman whose mother passed away said, man, I wish we would have pushed harder.
Yeah.
I wish we would have pushed harder. We didn't know it was that bad. You can never love somebody too much. Right, I can just say that. You can never love someone too much and care about them to help them break the addiction cycle. Now, if someone's addicted and they're watching this and they know they're addicted, they don't want to admit it to their family and friends, what message would you have if someone's watching this and they know they're struggling right now?
I mean, there's multiple rehab networks in the county, and we can relay that through the city or with the Montgomery County Hospital District here as well. But get help. I mean, we all need help occasionally, and usually that problem came from someone. And most people that become addicts, they have something else going on in their life, whether it's a childhood pain or something that happened at a young age. But don't be scared to talk about it. Don't be scared to get help. If you think you're the only one, you're wrong. There's a lot of people out there that have addictions, whether it be drugs or alcohol, and there's plenty of other things to get addicted to as well. But get help, and we all need each other. That's part of community. That's part of the gospel message, is we're here for each other, and human beings need each other.
I love that message. You're not alone. In the community, we can help overcome this. It's not something you have to go through by yourselves. There's resources, there's individuals, there's a community, we care about you. And that's why we're doing this Awareness Day. So you guys, thank you for tuning in. Mayor Jody, thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me, sir. I appreciate it, man.
You guys remember, stay connected with us. This Wednesday, the 25th, we have our chronic pain alternatives to opioids workshop. It'll be here at our clinic. Make sure you get signed up. And then our big event is going to be on August 28th. That's going to be Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. It's going to be our Overdose Awareness Walk. We're going to be walking 4,000 steps to remember the 4,000 Texans that died last year from overdose. It's going to be at 2510 South Loop 336 in the parking lot here. There's going to be over 25 different local organizations and businesses that are dedicated to helping people break the addiction cycle. So we'll see you guys there.